So I've seen some very poor behavior going on in the animal rights community lately, and it's brought me to the conclusion that I have to make this video. And this is a topic that I don't talk about very often on this channel, but I need to start talking about a lot more because this issue is just so rampant. And that issue is celebrity worship. And I'm just going to cut to the drama right away, right? So, as you guys know, self-proclaimed vegan and environmentalist Greta Thunberg has always claimed to be an animal lover, or claimed by her audience to be an animal lover and vegan and environmentalist, a kind person, right? A very passionate young girl. So I was going through Instagram and I was looking through stories, and I follow a wide variety of different and amazing animal rights activists, and one of those activists just happened to be Rob Banks. He is a very great activist. He's widely known throughout this movement, so much to the point that I may even lose a few subscribers by making this video. But that is not the primary focus for making this video. So the point is, a lot of his activism revolves around calling out fur wearers. He's called out celebrities. He calls out people on the street. He basically yells in their faces and tells them that they're a piece of crap for wearing fur because animals have to be skinned alive for it. And he is 100% correct. Which is why I'm curious, and this is how it started the whole thing, as to why he's posting and reposting videos of the puppet Greta Thunberg doing her weird speeches or whatever, knowing that she just came out as an animal abuser, promoting wool, literally just for money. And people in this movement have tried to deny this by saying that she's not aware. They have tried to not hold Greta accountable for her actions by saying she's an idiot and that she's not aware of the fact that she's wearing a live animal, which can't be the case at all, because at the same time, these same exact people are claiming that Greta Thunberg is super smart and that we should be listening to her, but clearly that's not the case. So I'm going to share with you all the entire conversation and comment thread that I had with Rob Banks. So I started out by saying, is it okay to wear Uggs if your name is Greta Thunberg? Because you seem to continue to share posts from her despite her supporting the cruel wool industry. Guess you're falling into the trap of celebrity worship as well. Yes, me sharing posts of Greta Thunberg means I worship celebrities. Perhaps you should focus more on what you aren't doing to help animals instead of what I post on my page. I tell them, apparently I'm doing more than you for animals because I'm not worshiping animal abusers like you. What a joke that you publicly scream at people for abusing animals and wearing fur, and then you praise those who wear animals. You're too egoistic to just admit that your behavior is contradictory and hypocritical. So then he goes on a narcissistic rant, and then he says, I don't defend celebrities for wearing animals. Spare me with the you worship celebrities shit, dude. I'm constantly shaming them for their actions, but I also understand that if Kim Kardashian or Billie Eilish even mentions the word vegan to 90 million or 250 million followers, that's far better than them not mentioning it. Perhaps your ego is preventing you from seeing the strategy in that. You literally came to my post of me doing street art for animals and used that as an opportunity to point out that I posted Greta's speech about climate change. Lol, it's pretty obvious what you do for animals, dude. Which isn't anything more than posting on social media. Woo, changing the world one post at a time. Now that's just a narcissistic comment of him trying to say that he does more activism than me and that I don't do activism, when in reality I do. I just don't feel the need to post it online all the time. So whether anyone wants to believe that or not, I really don't care. Take it for what you believe. But he follows the comment up by saying, for the record, Mr. Teenager, I've been fighting for animals since before you were born. I've seen people like you hundreds of times. You come in, make a bunch of noise, and then you bounce. Work on your approach, dude. It's sloppy and ineffective. So that's him trying to play the superior animal rights activist role. And here's my reply. You've already proven how narcissistic you are with that remark alone. You're not the only one who does street art, moron. Unlike you, I don't need to post it so that others can validate me. And unfortunately, I'm not white. And on top of that, I live in the South. I'd face way bigger consequences than you, even if caught doing that. Know your privilege in this country, white boy. There's many silent activists who do more than you can fathom. Meanwhile, keep playing the superior animal rights activist role. You're pretty good at it. People only like celebrities if they put out something that they find pleasurable. which is music, for example. You'd be delusional to think that people would follow a celebrity simply for going vegan. In reality, they would cancel them in a heartbeat and make jokes about eating pig flesh. So then he makes another narcissistic comment and tries to personally attack me just for a video I made. He says, "Lol, dude, I saw your I saved a fish from a fisherman video. You aren't doing any activism, lol. You're just a hateful hater. Focus more on activists than you are people exploiting animals. That's weird, dude. Even weirder that you're commenting on my posts, watching my stories when you don't even follow my page. Why are you so worried about what I do? Lol." So that was him making a personal attack against me in that video I made that you guys saw me post a while back, in which I outreached the fisherman. I kindly told him that fishing was cruel and that fish feel pain. And in the video, you can see the guy was throwing the fish back into the lake as I was talking to him. And the reason he was throwing the fish back into the lake was because I was outreaching him and telling him that it was cruel. It wasn't because he was done fishing, but it was because I was pressuring him and telling him that, hey, fish feel pain, and he was connecting with it. So he kindly decided to throw the fish back into the lake. And after he had walked off, he had left one fish left, and he was suffering and left there. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take my shoes off and walk this fish right back into the lake where he can swim off and live a good life. So he's claiming that in that video I did no activism, but in that video I've literally saved multiple lives. So it's funny how someone who claims to be this large animal rights activist is putting someone else down for saving animals and then claiming that I don't care about animals when I'm literally outreaching animal abusers and telling them not to harm animals, and I'm succeeding in it. So I continue with, I did follow you, I saw your passion and your fight, and that's something you can never knock, yet you throw it all out the window just to worship celebrities that have millions of followers, even if they wear animals, which is why I've made the decision not to support you. You're acting very narcissistic now. And speaking of that video, I calmly convinced the guy to stop fishing and he had a good reaction to it, some not shown in that video, but would your approach be better, screaming in his face and maybe get the police called on you? Sorry, I'm not white. That's not going to fly with me in the South. I'll get arrested in a heartbeat. Now you, on the other hand, go for it. Use your privilege to speak loudly for animals. I'm not knocking your activism or anything you've accomplished, so don't do it to me. I'm simply calling you out for an action I find hypocritical. Then he makes another narcissistic remark and says, "Dude, you aren't calling me out on shit. You can keep accusing people of worshipping celebrities all you want, but anyone with common sense can see it's just a bizarre attempt to bring people down. You seem to be the one obsessed with celebrities, not me. You're just a new age vegan who joins a movement and seems to be more interested in trying to cancel other vegans, more so than actually doing activism. You actually came to my page when its main focus is activism. What's the matter with you? I'm done responding to you. I have more important things to focus on. You don't like what I do, that's fine. Get off social media and try to do it better." So that was basically just the end of the comment thread. I didn't reply after that because I figured there would be no point in it. He said that he wasn't going to reply anymore, but I would like to point out that he did make a couple of false statements, and that is that I was trying to get him canceled. I was trying to point out something that he was doing that was bad, and at the end of his comment he said, "If you don't like what I'm doing, how about you get off social media and do what I'm doing better?" And that's stupid as well, because I absolutely love what he's doing. His activism is amazing. You know, he's so caught up in me saying that I'm insulting him, but I'm not. I'm literally calling him out for hypocrisy, because he's not taking the action to shame a celebrity's actions just because they're a celebrity, right? But he's going in the streets, right? He's screaming in everyone's faces and telling them that they're a piece of shit for wearing fur, as he should. They are a piece of shit for wearing fur. As a matter of fact, they're far worse than a piece of shit for wearing fur. But the fact is that when he sees a celebrity wearing animal skin, he doesn't do anything. When it's someone like Greta Thunberg, who has 12 million followers and the whole world is worshiping her, then somehow wearing dead animals is okay. But when it's someone on the street doing it, he's going to get in their face and scream about it. And that's the hypocrisy that I was calling him out about. I was never saying that his activism is terrible or anything. So it just seems like he's way too egoistic to realize that I wasn't ever saying that he wasn't a good activist, but it's just the fact that you're being a hypocrite and your behavior is contradictory, because you're sharing posts from someone who is literally promoting to wear wool to her 12 million followers, but you're also on the streets trying to tell these same exact people who look up to people like Greta Thunberg that they shouldn't be wearing animal skin, yet you worship that same person who they look up to. It doesn't make any sense. And that's what he did not want to acknowledge the entire thread. So it just seems like we have another activist who was falling into the epidemic of worshiping celebrities. And that was the topic of this. This is why celebrities, if you have a lot of followers, you can do anything. You can get away with anything. You can be a super celebrity and insult people over the internet. And when those people get really depressed or something and they do something like commit suicide, those celebrities do not get held accountable for their actions, because there's just so many people in this society that worship them when they do absolutely nothing. So it seems like Rob has become one of those people. He's a hypocrite. His actions are contradicting themselves. He yells in people's faces and tells them that they're terrible for wearing fur, but then he worships a celebrity for literally wearing the same exact thing. So he's a hypocrite, and maybe he'll look back on this, but this isn't me telling people not to support him. He's a great activist, but if he wants to continue being a great activist,